and welcome to day 3 of the 13 days of Halloween. So what I am going to do right now is I'm going to start making some little herb bundles to hang from the hang up from the beams that go along the ceiling, because of course a witch has to have her herbs. So I've got some embroidery floss here, just some small pieces, and I've thinned it down to 2 strands. And I've got some weeds from my yard, which is full of weeds right now. And I'm going to be cutting and attempting to bind them together so that they look like some little herbs for her to use. So I think we'll start with this. I don't know what the weed is, but it looked interesting, so I picked it up. I'm just going to be pulling off some pieces. I don't need all of this on here. And I think I'm going to leave myself enough stem that I can tie, and then I'll cut it off when I'm done. It isn't going to take much to make the little bundles because I don't want them too big. So let's try 3 of these. Alright, let's do 3 of those in a bundle. And I think I'm going to attempt to tie them. If that fails, then I guess we'll use some glue. Up the stem just a little ways, and this could be kind of tricky as the threads want to get stuck in with the seed heads that are on there, and in doing that I'm pulling the seed heads off, which I don't want to do. So I think I'm just going to start by tying a loop in my thread, and then I'm going to attempt to just tie it down over my little bundle. Just like so. I'm just going to tie another knot in there. And since these don't weigh anything at all, hopefully that will hold it. I've lost which end is the end of this. There we go. Okay, so yeah, just one little bundle of herbs. This is very quick and easy. I want to leave a little bit of the thread so that I can hang it up, and I'm just going to be gluing these onto the beams, the ceiling beams, and I'm just going to be cutting some of the ends off. There we go. Now hopefully that will stay, and let me get it laid down over here. I was going to bring the box up, but not yet. I want to make, I think, another little bundle of those since I have so many. And you know, you could save the pieces that you're taking off of here, or the pieces that are falling off, the little seeds or whatever they are. You could save those and you could put them into little jars so they would look like different little herbs or stuff that she might need to make a potion with. Okay, I think about the only choice here is just to take this whole top and then pull off the excess. Like so. Okay, and we'll get a couple little bundles of herbs out of that. Okay, and I'm just tying a loop in the thread, like so. And then I'm just going to put my little herbs, if possible, through there. The one has a very short stem. Just broke off that way. So we're going to try to hold everything while I pull the knot tight. And I missed one. I missed the little short stem. So hopefully I will be able to wrap that around and get it tied in there this time. Well, that didn't work so well, but I think we can fix it. And you can hear the little pieces, probably see them falling off, hitting the piece of cardstock I'm working on. We're going to tie one more time, I think. Try to get everything. Oh, if I could just find the end of the thread. There it is. Okay, let's try this one more time. With starting a new job, I don't know if I'll be working Halloween or not. I'd really rather be home on Halloween. I'd prefer it, but because I like Halloween. Halloween is just a favorite holiday. And yeah, so I wish I could be home on Halloween, but as I've said with the new job, I don't even know what my schedule is going to be for sure. All right, well, there's our first little bunch of herb weeds, whatever you want to call them. And now I'm going to try this. I'm not sure how this is going to go because this is a whole different thing here. I think what I'm going to try to do is, oops, I think I'm only going to get probably one bundle of these. They're kind of crazy looking. I didn't even know if they'd work, but we're going to see what we can do. Keep cutting and arranging and going. Yeah, I'm not so sure that one's going to work very well, so we'll just put that one to the side. Okay, the next thing I have, this is off the Creeping Jenny vines. And I think we'll try to probably take that off about there. It's going to leave me a really short stem, but no shorter than that one. And we'll take that one, and I think we're only going to have like one bundle of this also. And I will be probably adding more of these. I just hadn't gotten any, and it's been so rainy. Everything out there is so wet right now that it's kind of hard to grab anything like this because, well, it's wet. So, all right, let's see if we can get another. There we go. And now to try to put these in there. Well, darn. Okay. I have to hold them by the heads, I guess. Kind of try to hold it on my finger. Poke this last one through. Oops, and then it fell out, of course, because they always do. I have to try to tie them together. And I got it. I didn't get it tied exactly like I would like it, but we're gonna go ahead because to take it out would probably really cause some issues, like dropping more of the seeds. Okay, now we're just going to snip those long ends off. And we have another little grouping of herbs, we'll call them. I'm just going to pull those little seed things off of there because I'm just going to put them in a little bottle, and that'll be one bottle started for her shelves where she has some of the things that she'll be using to make her potions and spells and that sort of thing. Now this one has a really short stem, both of these pieces do, so we will attempt to tie these together. They are very short. I have them, but I don't know how good they're going to hold. So, there we go. We're just going to say that's good because I don't think I'm going to get it tied any better than that. So yeah, we've got our little herbs. I think I need to cut these strings a little smaller. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right, so now if we can get them hung up without doing too much more damage to them, they should be really cute. I am going to heat my glue gun up, and I will be right back as soon as that is ready. Right, so the glue gun is heated. The little herbs are hopefully ready to go in. So I'm just going to attempt to use my tweezers here to get them into the glue once I have the glue in place. Where do I want this? I'm not too worried about glue strings because hopefully, if nothing else, they will look like spider webs. This is proving to be a little more difficult than I thought because this one is really losing its little seeds off of it, which I kind of thought might happen. Try this again. Maybe this time we will put the hot glue right onto the little herb piece there. And it came out a little dark, but I think it's gonna be okay. I don't know. It's very hard for you to see. I realize that because it is rather dark in here tonight. So let's try it with this little piece. And I'm just gonna kind of hang them just here and there along the beams, like no rhyme or reason to where they're going. They're just going. There we go. And I've got a couple of these to hang up. That is a little long, but if I trim it, I also could trim my thing too short and cut the thread that's tying it together. So I think I will just attempt to put some glue on there without totally burning myself to pieces. So far so good. Whoops, you need to, now I need to straighten that a little bit. Come on, glue. Set up. Okay, and this one, I'm going to cut those ends down just a little more. There we go. And we have one more here to put on our beams, and I was worried that this wouldn't be enough, but I guess I keep thinking I have more room than I do. Ouch. That was hot. Alright, well now we've got some little, I don't know if you can see that, but we've got some little herbs hanging from the ceiling there. Pretty cute. So we have those up there. And I have a big blob of glue right there, which I did not want. Okay, well, I'm gonna pause it here and get some things ready for the next bit of things we're going to be doing. So I will be back in a little bit. Alright, let's get on with the next part of this. So I have these little round, they look like dishes. They're actually out of the milk cartons, the part you pull up and then you just cut that little ring part off and you have a little miniature dish. Not my original idea. Plenty of YouTubers are using it. Goodness. Okay, so I want to paint the one purple. And this paint obviously has not been opened for quite a while. So let's get some wax paper. And we'll get a little bit of paint out. I'm pretty sure this is probably going to take at least 2 coats. Yeah, this paint is getting really old. It's got paint boogers all over in it, so yeah, we'll just have to work around those. And I'm gonna go ahead and use the tweezers, I think, to hold it while I paint it. And we'll make her, hopefully, a cute little, yeah, the acrylic is not wanting to go on here very well. But I think if after a second coat we'll be okay. I think so. I could have put some gesso on here. That would have helped the paint stick better. But there are also times when I put gesso on and it hasn't helped at all. So we're just gonna paint it up the way it is. And we'll get a second coat on there. I kind of like it the way it is, but I think I'd rather have a little more purple. Okay, we're just going to set that one down. I'm going to try to touch up that edge there. There we go. And I've got 2 of those. The second one, though, I think I will be painting a different color. So I hadn't decided what color, but we need some color because everything right now is kind of grays and dark. I think we need another color here. So let's see what I can find. Find the colors I want when I don't want them, and then when I do, I can't find them. So we're gonna try to use this pumpkin orange, which is kind of bright. So we're gonna make the other one orange. And by the time we're done painting this one, hopefully the purple one will be dry enough that we can put another coat on. You know, I really like being able to use just things that are laying around or things that would normally, you know, just be put in garbage or recycling. Kind of makes you feel good knowing that you're repurposing something and not wasting. Okay. And there might be a dab of purple on there. We can paint over that. I know this paint probably is not going to dry as quickly, being that it's on plastic. So I'm hoping It won't take too long. I think we're going to go ahead and attempt to put another coat on the purple while my paint is still wet. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out very well. We'll see. It may end up getting left the way it is. It's kind of neat looking because it's kind of see-through. Kind of in a way almost looks like glass, but not exactly. So let's just give it a bit more. I actually kind of like that. I really do. I kind of like that way. I really do. I was like, oh, I want a solid purple, but now I'm thinking I really kind of honestly like that. So let's give it a little while to dry and we'll come back and see how it goes. Okay, I think it's dried sufficiently that we can put some more things on. And I showed you the other day when I was kind of going through some of the stuff I had. Oh, come out of there. I had these little, I don't know what they are. They're seeds off something, I suppose. Or maybe they're the dead flowers. But, yeah, so I thought that would be kind of an interesting thing for her to have laying around. So I think we're just going to put some tacky glue on some of those and we're going to glue them to our purple dish, which is now dry. So I'm just going to put a little glue on the dish. I'm sorry my hand is in the way. Okay, and now we are just going to start putting some of these little brown, weird, seed-looking things on the dish. They kind of look like that. They're kind of weird looking. Probably something a witch would have laying around. Okay, a little more glue there. Okay. They've got all these little pieces sticking out, so they're kind of, I don't know, I don't know what type of weed or plant I got these from, but I'll try to get one right in the middle. So I think I'll put the glue down onto the cardstock and then I will dip the little piece into it. I think we'll have better luck with it sticking, maybe. And of course, the part with the glue rolled over. So yeah, there's our little dish full of some sort of roots, we'll call them, or something like that for her to use. I think those are really cute. They came out really, really cute. So yeah, we will put the rest of them back in the little bag and they'll be all picked up. So that turned out really cute, and we're just gonna leave those to dry. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna put on my orange dish, we will be constructing a table for her, and she'll probably have some things on there like her spell book and her probably something to eat, her drink, or both. So we will be using the little orange dish for something. So the last thing that I decided that we're going to make for this video is we are going to be making the table. Now I won't be gluing the table in right away because it's going to be sitting right in the middle of the scene. So I want to get the rest of our things done first, and then at the end we'll glue the table in and put all the little stuff on it. So for the table, I'm just using this old piece. It's of that lattice work that the former owner had around his garden. And as you can see, it's pretty well beat up. But I thought it'd be just fine for our little witch's table. And what I'm going to be using for the legs are these. And they're just pieces of some sort of flowering weed plant thing that just kind of takes over everything if you let it. So I thought they looked nice and aged and weathered, and so that's what we're going to be using, and I'm just going to be gluing it together with hot glue just so the legs set up. Really quick and easy. So I'm just going to start putting some, I guess I want the side with the big chunk, I think that's where a nail was. I want that to the bottom side. So I'm just going to start putting down some hot glue in the corners, just kind of eyeballing it. And I'm going to use more hot glue than I probably need to, but I want to make sure these legs stay on. And the thing with these is they're a bit curved, so the legs are going to be just a bit wonky, which is fine. It's not a problem. Just holding them for a minute so that the glue will have time to take. I want to make sure I get this one on good because I have that hole and the spot where the nail went in. I want to make sure I get the leg glued on good. I'm not going to worry if these hot glue bumps show because we may be putting a cloth on the table. Alright, I'm just going to unplug the glue gun and we're going to let those sit for just a bit, and once they're set up we will have a nice little table. So there it is, there's the underside, and you flip it over and it's a really cute little table. Very rustic, kind of charming in its own kind of weird way, and yeah, a very cute little table that we can put all of our witch's little things on. Like so. Alright, well thank you for joining me. I will be back tomorrow with oh my gosh, what's this going to be? Part 4 tomorrow. So that's really cool. I hope you will all join me for part 4. I look forward to seeing you, and I look forward to our next project. So thank you again for joining me, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.